How you doing? My name is Steven, otherwise known as Hash Guide Online. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can change a lower ball joint on a 2015 Ford F350. Now this could go with other years and models of the Ford and other trucks as well. So make sure if you need help, you watch the video, the key points, and if this video is useful to you, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can see when I put up videos next, and share it with a few friends, comment, and hit that thumbs up. Alright, now let's get started.
To check ball joints and tie rods on a truck, if it has springs, then you need to push with the tires jacked up under the frame or the lower control arm actually, and then once you get the wheels floating, if you push on the top in and out, that'll tell you if the upper ball joint's bad. And if you grab a bar, stick it under the tire and pry up and feel it, that is the lower ball joint. If you twist back and forth, you have a little play. It could be a number of things. It could be a tie rod, it could be an idler, or it could be the pitman. So I'm gonna go ahead and check this and find out what we have. Okay, so the lower ball joint is gone. First thing we want to do is take the tire off, and then we take the tie rod off so we can move the spindle back and forth. We take the caliper off, we tie it off to the side so it don't fall. Then we take the ABS wire off enough where we can lay the spindle down. We gotta make sure we take off the vacuum hose, and then we gotta take off the front hub, and then we work on these big heavy nuts. After you get the hub off with the 3 Torx bits, there will be one C-clip in there you gotta use to get out. Then we can take off the 4 bolts for the hub, for the wheel hub, and then we can take out the axle, and then we can work on these 2 big bolts right there. Okay, now that we got the hub, the wheel hub, by taking those 4 nuts off, and the axle out, I got the 2 nuts off. Now the next part could be where you need some heat or some vibration. If you need some vibration, this tool right here, the CP 714 air hammer, it's not like any other ones are just vibrators. This is an actual chisel, and it will vibrate anything free. Haven't had any trouble with it. Me, 7 years. My father, 30 years. Now that I have the spindle on the ground, as you can see here, this is the upper, this is the lower. Alright, slides right on up and then like that. If you can tell, on the outside of this one we have a snap ring right there. We take that snap ring off, it's pretty rusty, so we might need to heat. If we do heat, we heat right here on the edges, and then we use that CP 714 gun and we vibrate or hit it with the hammer right out of here. It should come out no problem. When you do ball joints, make sure that you put them back in the right way. This one goes up from the middle up down, I mean, right? So then we use the snap-on ball joint press. We put together with new clamps, snap rings, and everything. When you hit the axle back in, make sure you do not scrape it on the bottom because it'll get dirty and it'll attract it into the differential. And make sure it's centered, and then make sure you twist it as you go before you hammer it in to make sure you don't bust any spines. This is the tool we use to bang those bad boys in there. Make sure it's almost just about flush, if not flush, before you give up on it. As you see, it's nicely pressed in there. It's the point of the tool. That when you do it, go a little bit on each side until it gets most of the way in before you crank it tight. You don't want to bust anything. Not that you can bust this, but there we're going to get our snap ring on inside the axle. The axle might need to be pried out a little bit to get this on sometimes. Like I said. Make sure the snap ring is all the way in, all the way around. By using a screwdriver and just tapping in until you get it quick. Just give it a spin, make sure that's good. Now you can put the rest hoses on, the vacuum line back on, put the ABS wire on, you can put the hub on in the center, you can put the rotor and the caliper back on. And then the last thing is put the tire rod back on so that way we can turn it as we need it. If you live in New England, you're used to seeing a lot of rust. That's what my YouTube video is mostly going to be. You know, the cars here, there's a lot of tricks to getting around rusty stuff, so just stay tuned. Start bolts off with your fingers if you can. Make sure they're not cross-threaded. Make sure the rotor is flat against the hub before you tighten the caliper. That way you don't break the rotor.
If you enjoyed this video, if this helped you at all, please hit that subscribe button, like this video, share it with some few friends, and make sure to leave a comment. Let me know how you did.